Now then, and welcome back to another episode of Football Manager 17, my Wolves playthrough on Saturday Sports Spectacular. Today, I am up to the point of the FA Cup or Championship. Let me just check. I just realised. FA Cup 5th round against the Premiership team Bournemouth. As you can see from last episode when we played, we faced Newcastle, and a last-minute goal by Dwight Gale set the winners off on a cheer. 89th minute, he scored his second goal of the match. We held them for so long. We even fought back. We equalised. We fought back and went in front. They equalised. We fought back. It was quite a game. From the two at the top of the table going for promotion, it was a worthy top of the game, and Dwight Gale came away with an 89th minute goal to send them off as winners. That was last episode. Since then, I've had a quick game against Wigan, which was a 2-1. Ola John scoring an awesome goal to set us going. Michael Jacobs scoring a kind of an open goal, avoiding my defensive... I hate it this game when it does the defence. And Prince scored the winning goal a little later on, which was a great goal as well. But we come away from that with a win, a nice simple win in the Championship, putting us ahead. And at the same time as that win, Newcastle lost to Norwich 1-0, which was a good result to us as well, because Newcastle are slightly ahead of us, of course. But now we're taking on the Premiership, Bournemouth. And I've got a lot of problems with my team right now. We're outside of the transfer window, so there's not a lot I can do transfer-wise. I used my transfer budget up to get some new players to get us sorted and all that kind of stuff. But we've got some injuries to deal with and some suspensions that I wasn't really happy about. Mike Williamson is still out for 7 to 9 weeks. I don't know why I really bother about him, because he's never played a game for us. He's never started a game for us. He's been injured the entire season. He's not a bad little player, really. He's 2.5 stars, but he's going down because, well, he's not very well. He's injured. So he's got some great stats. Heading 17, marking 16, tackling 16, bravery 16, balance 16, jumping reach 15, strength 16. Is a good, solid, tall centre-back. 33 years old, injured. He's probably not going to play again. I'm probably never going to play him. But he's sitting there injured. He should be at least a reserve for my first team centre-backs to be able to take a day off every now and again. We've got Prince. Prince is a box-to-box midfielder, currently injured. He's only out for 8 days. Between 8 days and 2 weeks, it says. Between 8 days and 2 weeks, thanks to a groin strain he took during the match. Shortly after he scored the winning goal for us last match, he went off with a groin strain. In fact, I had to play him until the 90th minute because I'd already done 3 subs. So he was playing for the last 10 minutes or so injured. Cody is currently suspended for the next match, and also Roma Sass is also suspended for the next match. And Jack Price got an injury, a knock to the face I think it was, and he's returning to full fitness in 1 day, meaning he's just missing today's Bournemouth match. Helder Costa also took a small training injury and will be injured for another 3 days. So how does that leave me, right? We're playing against the Premiership team of Bournemouth in the FA Cup. I don't need to win the FA Cup. I don't need to progress in the FA Cup. But the more I get out of the FA Cup, the better I'm going to feel. And I always want to win every game, right? But the old Mountain Wolves tactic requires 2 centre defensive midfielders. I've got Poyet, but I don't have Sass, so that one's out of the question. The Grey Wolf tactic requires the one, Poyet, who can be there, that's fine, but requires 2 central midfielders, which Cody, Prince and Price are all out of this match, so I don't have any centre midfielders. I've brought up George Saville, who is my hot prospect from the under-23s. He's in there. And then I don't really have a second person that I can put in there. Normally Poyet moves up into centre mid, but I don't have anybody else really that I can use in this situation. I've got attacking right, attacking left, attacking centre. Strikers, 2 strikers, a centre defender, and a goalkeeper are available, plus other under-23s. But the under-23s, I don't really want to bring them on if I don't have to, because they're not ready. They're not capable enough, right? So I end up going back to the most attacking strategy that I've got, the most attacking tactic. When I want to be using the most defensive tactic, I've got the most attacking tactic. And I'm having to bring Poyet up into the deep-lying playmaker role in midfield. Saville from the under-23s is on there as well, giving us a 2.5 stars each for their role ability. So that's not very good for our midfield. But that does give us still a great attack at 3.5 stars per player, and a great defence at 3.5 stars per player. So we've got good players in most of the areas. We're okay. It's just this midfield, because of the lot of injuries that we've got right now and suspensions, we are struggling with our midfield situation. And we're going to have to go into the match against Bournemouth in an attacking frame of mind, an attacking mentality, and an attacking formation. It's been working fine. But let's go and see if it actually is going to work for us today, because, well, win or lose, I'm not going to be upset. Win or lose, it'll be fine. I just don't want any more injuries from them trying a bit too hard, if you know what I mean. Yeah. If we get knocked out of the FA Cup at this stage, I'm sure everyone will be accepting that that is the case. There's quite a few other FA Cup fixtures going on today as well, and I think we have a good chance against the other teams that are in there. It would just be nice to get through this Bournemouth matchup today. He's got Wilshere. He's got a few good names in there, so he's playing a decent team. He's got a few good players on the bench as well. So he's not playing a first team, I wouldn't say. He's not playing a full first team, but he is playing a good team still. He still wants to win. He still wants some trophies. Playing a 4-4-2, so we are going to tightly mark the strikers, close down. Of course, the fitness coach Michael Lindemann never thinks about closing down. He doesn't think closing down is a good thing. He's got hard tackling the defender wingers. Okay, on the right hand side, Jack Wilshere. He's got and Nathan Aki, nothing at all. He's probably also worth closing down when he comes down, charging down the wing at us. I guess that'll have to do for now. We'll leave it like that, and we'll see what goes on during the match and see if I have to change things. Again, I'm not too concerned. I'm going to calmly tell the players. Calmly tell the players we're the favourites out here. Are we the favourites? We are the favourites. Are we the favourites? Okay. Let's just go calmly say, good luck out there. Have fun. Enjoy. We're the favourites against the Premier team. That's a good thing. But are we really the favourites? I turned the sound off earlier, so I'm going to put the sounds back on. And we'll see how we get on. Obviously, a little bit of the kickoff. Our possession is 62. Jack Wilshere's injured. Oh, that's a shame. He's got a thigh strain already. Ola John to Dicko. Dicko scores. Okay, so the attacking frame of mind is working nicely. Awesome. Let's see the highlight of that. It always takes a little while to load the first highlight up of the match. Let's see how it looks from here. Go Poyet across, down into John. John passes the through ball into Dicko, who skips the pass, and it does go in off the goalkeeper. Dicko gets the goal. And Jack Wilshere's still playing. He's having to play. They haven't subbed him off, so it must be just a small injury. Nothing too much to worry about. 53% possession is good, though. We're looking like we're okay. Wilshere just pulled a move off to set up a goal. It's no wonder they're keeping him on there. Jack Wilshere able to do the do when he needs to do it. Okay. It comes off a player there, but they've left him completely open. Yep, the defence was all over the place. Both centre-backs charging after the one attacker. Maybe that's why the closing down is important. They close down too much, they end up getting pulled apart. Wilshere's still in the thick of things. He's still their playmaker. He's still working hard for them. Danny Bath clearing it out, setting him up for a shot, and he goes one-on-one with the keeper and takes it on. First goal of the season, really. We're getting stumped by the first goal of a season. That is shocking. What is going on with our goalkeeper today? He has no idea what he's doing. An audacious shot indeed from long range, well, outside the box at least. Okay, well, 2 minutes added to the first half. I'm not too concerned still. Our possession's gone down to 50-50. That does concern me that we started losing it towards the end there. I am going to calmly tell them we can win this. Come out on the other end. We scored the first goal. That's a bonus, isn't it? They come back with 2 more goals towards the end there. Is there any substitutions I need to do? Not really. Not really. They have what's called a stability going on here. Tarat Adele is a little bit non-interested. Maybe I'll bring McKay on in the centre mid role at half time to see if he can G himself up a little bit and get moving. He is my earliest signing, hopefully not my first disaster signing, replacing my latest disaster signing. Oh, they're still playing nicely through passing and shooting. Well, that's okay. So we're kicked off for the second half. I want to make sure that my guys are focused on doing what they have to do here. So let's concentrate, please. Concentrate on what's going on. They really are up in the pace now. They're attacking aggressively towards us. We're the only ones that have made any kind of half-time changes. Wilshere finally comes off. That might mean that we've got a chance now. He's off with an injury, so he's no longer going to be the playmaker in the centre. And he did really set up those 2 goals in the first half, Jack Wilshere. We don't seem to be getting anything going on at the minute, though. Let's get... wait a minute. Let's see what was going on from this first before we make that substitution. Cleared it up to Dicko. Dicko taking on the whole defence and gets it just taken off him. Okay. Nothing at all. Okay, so what else have we got? Let's see. Let's try Mason on for Dicko because, well, Mason's been moaning that he hasn't been able to play for a while. So let's put him on as a false 9. See if that helps us out a little bit. And we've got a few things over here. We can see if we got any sign. We can probably change Borthwick Jackson out to give him a rest because he was looking a bit knackered over there on 65. We don't want him running up and down the wing too much. George Saville, he's not going to play another game after this anyway because we'll have our midfielders back, so we'll leave him on. He can be knackered out this time. He'll have plenty of time to rest. Let's see how we get on. We've made our 3 changes. Now we've just got to hope that we can get the ball off them and actually do some damage on the counter-attack. I'm not holding my breath, as you can tell. We're trying to close down on them. They're trying to now make shots from nothing. Okay. And get a corner out of that. We're all behind the ball. Clearing it out nicely. Yes. McKay has got the pace. Can he get through? He's supposed to have a very high dribbling skill, but he couldn't get through. Bath manages to make a tackle at the last minute there. We are losing our momentum from the first half now. I want to show some passion on the go there. Show some passion, lads. Come on. Get a goal back in the last few minutes. It's not going to work, is it? It's not going to make any difference. It's already too late. It's already gone past. A 2-1 defeat. Unless we can draw it level at 2-2 before the end of the second half, which is about to happen right now. Yeah, that's it. A 2-1 defeat. Not bad, though. Not bad. I'm not too concerned with it. That's fine. Despite the result, I'm pleased with the performance. They all switched after that, yeah, because they wanted to win the FA Cup, of course. Why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't they want to win it? They couldn't, but why wouldn't they want to? And then we'll advance a little bit. So we lose out of the FA Cup. That's fine. We're defeated in the 5th round, but the board was quite happy with us just getting to the 5th round, so that's fine. Dream run is over, defeated by Bournemouth. What's your immediate thoughts? The game is over. Don't really want to discuss it. Consign the team to defeat. Yes, it was. Yeah, I can see. The squad is already itching to bounce back. Defeat sends you out of the competition. How disappointed us. Nobody wants to lose, but taking a broad fact, we're never likely to win the competition. It would have been nice to stay alive a little longer, but we'll move on. It's basically my thoughts here. Just how damaging was it for your team to concede at the brink of half time? particularly disappointing. I thought we had the edge in the first half. Yeah, I'll give us that. I thought he played well, but no better than 5 or 6 others out there. Yep, let's just not give him the full credit for what was due there. And that's it. That's basically it. We are second in the table still on track there. We've got a few more matches to go through over the course of this series. I want to kind of speed forwards a little bit now. We've got Huddersfield very soon. They're currently 3rd in the league, so that's quite an important game. Possibly more important than the FA Cup clash that we've just had. We'll get onto that very quickly. So we're down to our Huddersfield game. And the Huddersfield are 3rd place in the league. They're only 4 points behind us. So this is another of those 6-point games, which is really important for us to win. And then we've got Birmingham just a few days later. And Birmingham being down in the relegation zone. They might actually want to claw back a victory from somewhere. This is our game to lose, really. If we won the last time, and I expect us to win again this time, but my team selection choices are not going to be as good as possible. You see, I've got a few of them back. I've still got Prince injured for 5 to 8 days, so he's going to be out of the next couple of matches, and Mike Williamson is out for a while as well. But we're okay with just 2 missing, because we get Cody and Price back into the midfield. Just like that. And we've got ourselves a good team. Costa can go on the bench for McKay. McKay can go on the bench for Zero. Zero hasn't really made it back yet. He's on 59% match condition. I need to make him go and do some more work, I think, at some point. But anyway, yeah, we've got a few, and I can kind of get rid of the under-23s again now. Get rid of that hot prospect. He can go again. So I've got 3 players still available. Yeah, defensive midfielders. I was going to play Bob Varson instead of Mason, but I think I'm going to put Sass on instead of Bob Varson. Bob Varson just recently came back from injury as well. So he's now back in, and he's had 15 starts and scored quite a lot of good goals for us. Dicko's had 11 starts now and is, well, one of the top scorers. Him and John, I think, are the top scorers. So they're doing okay, but I need him to score regular goals. I need him to score goals in every game, or I'm going to have to start changing them around. But I'm playing my best and brightest first team in today's match with the substitutes. A good selection for if people get injured more than anything else. Poyet can stay on the bench today. Bodvarsson can stay on the bench today. And Zero hasn't even started for me yet this season. Can stay on the reserves today. They're just off today. They can have a day off. And we will play again with a Timberwolf. Another day of full-out attack. I could go a little bit more defensive in this one today because I've got the players available. But I fancy my chances at scoring some goals against Huddersfield. Maybe we'll change things at half-time and bring on a defensive midfielder. But let's see how we get on today. And they're off. They get the kick-off, passing it around nicely. Not going to get straight with an early goal, are they? No. Nothing like. Onto a highlight for us straight away. Through to Dicko. Through to Cody. Cody takes a shot. Unfortunately, the chance goes begging. All within the first minute. Excellent. So what an excellent counter-attack. We have another attack down the side there. We've got the only shots on goal currently within the first 10 minutes, which is good, of course. We win the ball back and start our counter-attack. Dicko on his own, trapped in a cul-de-sac, unable to do anything with the ball. We really need to get that attacking flow a little bit better. I don't think my tactics need changing that much, but we are struggling a little bit these days. I thought it was just to injuries. I may be wrong in thinking that my tactics are still sound for the team that I'm having to play right now. Because I set my tactics up at the start of the season, I've been hopeful that they've been able to last. The simplest of tactics, the simplest of changes were not going to need to be made. But maybe it's a time for me to sit down and update my tactics completely and just check things out, make sure we're doing what's right for the team. If this match goes badly and we end up closer to the playoffs rather than in the contention for automatic promotion, then maybe I'm going to have a serious look at what my team can currently do in the tactics and how it's going. We've got a corner here, though. We should be in. Oh, Danny Bath manages to put it over with his head. Unlucky. Well, at least I think it's his head. You can never tell with this, can you? Long throw in to nowhere. Wells back to Akpoon. Ekpom. Palmer. John gets it back to Borthwick. To Cody. They're playing them with it nicely in the corner there. Just passing it amongst themselves. Not really striking forward. And that was a very early pass to Dicko. That was not going to go to him anytime soon, was it? Do I have the instructions for early passes going on? Look for overlap, work ball into box. I don't have early passes set up in this, so I don't see why they are putting in the early passes. They could do a little bit more build-up, but there isn't really an option to do more build-up. I've already told them to build up and work into the box. I've already told them to try and do the overlap down the wings. I've already told them that, but they didn't seem to want to do it there. It's been 50-50 possession, and its scoreline reads that we have had very little action whatsoever. But we've had a lot of highlights in this match in comparison, so I think we can passionately tell them to keep on going out there. You can still win this. And none of them look exhausted, so I'm not going to make any substitutions at half-time. What I will tell them to do, though, is try and work on a counter-attacking strategy for the first part of today's second half. Give them a chance to work on a quick counter-attack mentality. They're obviously going to come out the half-time and they're going to be very aggressive to us. So maybe we need to be more counter-attack. Oh, look at that. Just within the first minute of kickoff after half-time, we do a slow, steady build-up after I've just been talking about doing a solid counter-attack. Excellent, though, excellent. Dicko scores his highlight goal of the season. Maybe. It's put him on the top of the table for goals scored. Excellent header in there. Straight past the defenders. What was that celebration at the end there? Okay, so now we're on the counter-attacking mentality, and they will continue to receive the pressure that's going to be put upon us. Again, we don't seem to need to get anybody off the pitch sub-wise. Everyone seems to be healthy enough still. Someone going down into the high 60s. Price is looking like he's using up his energy very quickly, but we're nearly into the final minutes of the game. Let's just quickly make a final substitution just because we can for the last 5 minutes. And we want to play some people to stop them moaning about never playing. So we don't want to change the striker because Dicko's looking motivated. Looking fired up. They're all looking okay. Let's see about defence. Courtney for Borthwick Jackson. Sass for Price. And we will bring on... all of our wingers and everyone's been doing well, but we'll bring on McKay down the centre for Adele. Just so that we've got a little bit of fresh legs on there and give him a little run for his money, as it were. See if he can do anything. And that's it. Full time, we win. Excellent 1-0 result. A nice, simple, easily achievable victory. Nice victory. Well done, lads. Well done. That secures us still at the second from top from the table, but makes Huddersfield a little bit closer to Derby, who haven't played today, but are looking very good at catching them up. As long as we keep Huddersfield away from us by 6 points. No, now we're by 7 points. 7 points clear of Huddersfield in the playoff stages. Ourselves and Newcastle, only 3 points difference in the automatic promotional slots up at the top of the championship there. We're going to get promoted. I'm pretty sure we're going to get promoted. There must be something like 42 points left of the season. And if we did get all 42 points, then we're both going to be over 100. Yes. There's plenty of time for them to catch. We could also just lose every game and end up that. But it's not going to happen, is it? That's not going to happen. Not on my Saturday Sports Spectacular. Thank you very much for watching today's Saturday Sports Spectacular. We have a good result against Huddersfield, and we've now got one less cup competition to worry about being in on. and our injuries are recuperating and we're getting them all back into our first team action. So we should be good for the rest of the season. Until next time, thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.